All right, guys, welcome to the Hoosner postgame show. Tonight, the Toronto Raptors beat the Utah Jazz in Utah, ending their 5-game winning streak. Guys, this was a tough game for Utah. You wanted to win this game, and you go up against a Toronto team that is really well coached, and they're just a great team. Every aspect of that team is well coached, from Nick Nurse, who is a great NBA coach. I'm still mad at him about the All-Star game for keeping Kemba in the game. I don't know why he did that, but he's a great coach. He has them all playing just a nice style that gets open shots for good shooters, and they play good defense, and they have nice players. Kyle Lowry is nice. Pascal Siakam is every bit of deserving of that All-Star nod, his most improved player award that I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. He's just fantastic, and he's a stud for them, and it's not surprising that they're like top 3 in the Eastern Conference. And they're going to make noise in the playoffs, too. Don't be surprised if things get hairy for the Milwaukee Bucks playing the Toronto Raptors, because they just know how to win games. They are the champions of the NBA last year. And so losing to the Raptors for the Jazz, though it sucks because they were missing players, Fred VanVleet, I think Norman Powell, who I think won player of the week, got hurt at the beginning of the game. I don't know what happened with him, but he was out of the game. It's a tough loss for Utah. Things you've got to give credit to is the Raptors for having Pascal Siakam, who tonight 27 points, I believe. He's just a beast. He's just a monster, and his half-court game has caught up to his transition game. So once upon a time, it was a lot of like getting points in transition, and he wasn't really a great three-point shooter when he first came in the league. Now he's turned into just a bona fide star. And he scores in the half court. You can give him the ball on the block. He did that multiple times against Utah, and they would find mismatches and go at Utah, and they scored multiple times, making me sad. It hurt my feelings. And the other guy that was huge tonight for Toronto was Serge Ibaka. Serge Ibaka tonight had 27 points. He was 5 for 7 from 3. That was the game, because he was just knocking it down, and it kept Rudy out of the paint. He also did an incredible job against Rudy in the paint, guarding Rudy Gobert. Serge Ibaka was a monster tonight, and a big reason that the Toronto Raptors won. He's had a big year this year in general for Toronto. And then what else can you say? OG Anunoby hit big buckets. He had that big 3 at the end of the game. The elbow at the end with Rudy was a joke. Like, he should have gotten the flagrant. I don't understand why Rudy got the technical 2. After 2 elbows, he stands up for himself. They eject them both. That was weird. That was really weird. And I don't know why they both got it. It's weird. I don't understand NBA refs. They're really bad. NBA refs are just bad. It's just something you have to accept. But also, you've got to give a credit to Kyle Lowry, who hit that monster step back 3. That was the dagger that killed the Jazz. When he hit that 3, you could just see the Jazz, just kind of the air just came out of him. And that was the game winner, really. For Utah, they were in this game to the very end. And then look at some of these stat lines. Bojan Bogdanovic, 2 for 8 from the field. He was a minus 23. Rudy Gobert, 1 for 4, 2 for 7. Let's see, 4 for 6 from the free throw line. Pretty good for Rudy. 4 shots for Rudy Gobert. They took Rudy Gobert out of the game. Quinn Snyder's got to figure that out. If Rudy Gobert is not getting shots, if Quinn Snyder's not figuring out ways to get him involved in the pick and roll, and we're not asking for Rudy Gobert to be like this offensive superstar, but he's getting 4 shots. That's not enough. You know, it's not enough. You've got to find a way to get him 10 to 12 pick and rolls that he scores or gets fouled going to the rim. And he did shoot 6 free throws tonight, but that's just not enough. And Quinn's got to figure that out. But Rudy Gobert, 1 for 4 in this game. Donovan Mitchell, 4 for 16 from the field. He was 3 for 6 from 3, but that means take away the 6. That means he was 1 for 10 from the field. And then finally, Mike Conley, 4 for 12. He was also pretty good from 3 for 7, but only 4 for 12 from the field. So you have the Jazz's 3 best offensive players outside of Ingles and Clarkson. Ingles, by the way, had a monster night. Really fantastic to see Joe Ingles return. And Clarkson also, plus 14, but he was 1 for 6 from 3 and 3 for 9 for 3. But you have your 3 best offensive starters just throw up awful nights. And the Jazz almost won this game. I don't know if that's a coaching thing. if that's just players not hitting shots. But Bogdanović, like the game before, he has 32 points, and then tonight he has 5. That type of swing is so hard to overcome. How do you score 32 one night and then 5 the next? It's that type of variation is not going to get you wins. And so they've got to figure out how to get all these guys good shots. And some of that credit goes to Toronto for being a good defensive team. But some of that is just like guys not hitting shots. Bogdanović took 8 shots tonight. That's only 4 more than Rudy. That's not good enough. You've got to find him good bucket opportunities. And he's got to hit shots from 3. You got to hit shots from 3. And Donovan Mitchell has to be better than 1 for 10 from 2. He's just got to. You can't win when your best offensive player is shooting 1 for 10 from 2. Yeah, he had a nice night from 3, and Donovan Mitchell, spot-up three-point shooter, is one of the best spot-up three-point shooters in the league. It's something that is not talked about enough. But that 1 for 10 from the field is killer. And honestly, if the shot's not there for Donovan, he's got to facilitate, because tonight Donovan Mitchell had 3 assists. You know, you need him to have 5 to 7 to win the game. Mike Conley tonight had 7 assists. Mike Conley actually played pretty well. I felt like he was pretty solid. 13 points, 7 assists. You'll take that. But when Donovan Mitchell has 11 points on those percentages and has a minus 30, Donovan Mitchell was a minus 30. You can't win games like that. The Jazz lost this game by 9 points, and he was minus 30. You've got to figure this out. That's on the coach, and that's on the players. They've got to figure this out. But the fact that you're even in a game where Donovan Mitchell shoots that type of percentage, pretty good sign, to be honest. It's a frustrating loss. You'd like to beat a good team like Toronto, a really good team like Toronto, but not. But also when Toronto's like on the back end of back-to-back with injured players. You'd like to be able to get that win, but it didn't happen. Guys, that's all I got to say. Like and subscribe this video and to the channel. I will talk to you later.